What's up, guys? Universal Mastery.
Wherever you're at, Universal Mastery.
I'm coming to you today. Universal Mastery.
Be there. And once again, Universal Mastery. Thanks for watching. About the energy that you hold right now creates your future. I was never the person that could settle for that shit. Everything should be a learning experience. You should always be, we're supposed to evolve. So you need to learn these tools, you need to learn these skills to grow, become strong.
What's up, guys? Universal Mastery coming to you today again with another very powerful message. And yeah, today in the message that I want to give you, it's going to be on drugs and what are the advantages and disadvantages of drugs from spiritual growth, from mental growth, and from social dynamic growth. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Okay, so I'll start with the advantages. The advantages are mainly going to be from a spiritual standpoint. Okay, so for example, let's say you're smoking marijuana. That is a very popular drug these days. And yes, that is a drug. If you're someone that says it's not a drug, then you're addicted. So the benefits is that it does open your third eye. It does open you up to spiritual influence. It opens these doors to pretty much let whatever in. So when you're doing it when you do it and you have like a spiritual understanding when you do it, that there's something spiritual about it, make sure that you're around the right people. Make sure that you do it around the right people. Just anyone in general, make sure that you're around the right people when you do it, because you will open up to their influence. And if they have a stronger influence than you, and whether that be a good influence or a bad influence, it will enter you. It will come into you and you will feel different. You will open your eyes to new things. Now, that's not necessarily permanent. It might not last forever, depending on how strong-willed you are. But what I know is that most people that do drugs on an occasional basis are very weak-minded. Okay? So that's the advantage, that it does open your third eye. It opens you up to influence of the spiritual. But that can also be a disadvantage because you don't know what that influence is. You don't know what you're letting in. You do not know. You are not conscious of it because you're in a state of not strong focus. And I don't care who you are. If you're like, oh, well, I feel extra focused on when I'm on it and I feel extra good, you're probably addicted. That's why you're saying that, because you're fighting. Your ego is fighting to approve it. This is coming from someone who used to smoke for 7 years, and I used to do it every single day, so often, and I to the point where I was about to have a lung problem. I remember my mom went to a psychic one day and she called me and she said, hey, Jared, I just went to a psychic and they said that you're going to have a lung problem in your future. And I thought that was so crazy. And then I slowly started to stop. I was going to get a lung problem. That's insane to think. But if that's you are setting yourself up for the same fate. Honestly, if you're addicted to smoking marijuana, addiction in general is not a good thing. You want to avoid addiction. The only thing that you would want to be addicted to is your business, your growth, your advancement. Addicted to gaining new wisdom, strength, understanding, power, all that stuff. That's okay. But yeah, so the disadvantages of drugs, and this goes for all drugs. I mean, I used to be on Adderall. I used to do Xanax, Klonopins, all that stuff. I've had crazy experiences. I'll be able to tell you guys in some other videos at a different time about my experiences with that. I mean, I had some crazy life or death experiences with stuff like that. Crazy. Not the average person has been through that. But the disadvantages is that it erases your focus. So whether you want to believe it or not, your highest focus is your sober self, your natural self, your holistic self. That is your highest focus because you are coming into your one consciousness. Okay? So if you need, a drug, then that, once again, is either a sign of an addiction, and two, if you're fighting and say, this is making me more focused, then that's just more of a sign that it's an addiction for you. 3, the truth of it is, this is the truth. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate on these comments, maybe. Who knows, maybe. Maybe people will resonate with what I'm saying. But it does erase your focus, for sure. 110%. It takes away your focus. Absolutely. Doing drugs will take away your true focus, because your true focus is untouchable. You'll start to slowly lose yourself if you continue to do drugs. You'll have a hard time finding yourself, because why? You'll find yourself in the drug. So when you're under the influence of that drug, when you're under that spiritual influence of taking whatever it is, or smoking whatever it is, or whatever it is, you are now under the influence of that. That is now your conscious mind. It has taken over for that period of time. And while you're in that consciousness, you might make ego identifications that say, oh, this is me. Because I feel good right now, I'm holding on to this. This must be me. But that's not true, because that's not you. That's you taking an easy way to feel good, and that's fake. So if you can erase that, if you can take away drugs from your life and come to a neutral standing point, then you'll realize that you feel good when you feel good, when the time is right, and you feel bad when you feel bad, and the time is right to feel bad. You gotta have balance. As above, so below. You've got to constantly understand that there's no always feeling good. There's no quick pill to take. Now this is why I'm so into self-help and energy dynamics and spirituality, is there's ways to change your chemistry through energy and just the way you hold yourself, the way you, like, the more understanding of wisdom you can get, you can learn to shift your energy to be happier with things that most people would label as bad. Does that make sense? Like, you can change the way you perceive life, because we are living gods and we have that freedom. So once again, those are the advantages and disadvantages of taking drugs. So the moral of the story is, get off the drugs if you're taking drugs. Now I'll say this, moderation's okay. Moderation is absolutely okay, but you can't trick yourself and be like, oh, well, moderation, 1 time a day. Fuck that shit, man. Moderation is like 1 time a month, or 1 time every 2 months, even better, 1 time every 3 months. That's moderation. You know, we all have our poisons, we all have our things that we choose to do. So choose something that suits you best and moderate it. Make sure you moderate it. Do not do it on a daily basis. Do not do it on a weekly basis. Get it on a 3-month time span if you can, okay? So if you're gonna smoke a joint, do it every 3 months, okay? And then on that day you do it, go all out if you want, but do it every 3 months. If you're gonna drink alcohol, try and do it, I would say try and do it, you know, every month. It seems like alcohol is a much more popular one these days. You know, you go to the bar, it's like a social thing as well, but make sure you moderate the amount of drinks that you have. So keep it to 3 drinks when you do drink, just 3. And don't make them too strong, 3, because the alcohol itself is like poison. So just keep it to 3, and that's fine. You'll be fine, okay? So that's the message I want to give you guys. Follow my Instagram, JER_477. Once again, JER_477. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you're at. Peace.